And so I thought it was very important to talk about the power of networking today. The last time we were together, I really addressed how do you classify things as reasonable and customary expenses.
Let's get started.
Why is stopping me?
Grace and peace. Truly, it is your girl, Reverend Dr. Nicole B. Simpson, and I am on the tail end of being out in the streets of Montego Bay, Jamaica. It owes me nothing, but while I'm here and while I have your attention, like, subscribe, and share, because I've been sharing with you some really good information about how to ensure that what you're doing when you're out and about is legitimately associated with your business. And so I thought it was very important to talk about the power of networking today. The last time we were together, I really addressed how do you classify things as reasonable and customary expenses. Today, I really want to talk about the power of networking, because while I was here in Jamaica, I had an opportunity just through natural engagement, and you're going to be the biggest spokesperson for your business. Because after all, if you don't believe in you, if you don't advocate for you, if you don't advertise you, how will somebody else know about what it is that you do, what it is that you're good at, what it is that you're passionate about? It has to come from you. So, story time. This is a story because we legitimately were here. I'm not solo dolo. Another business partner of mine is here conducting their business as well. And I think I might have shared with you that I'm doing some site evaluations as well as some other business. But in my engagement and just in conversation, I had literally suggested to a very close friend of mine how I wanted to involve myself in a particular business. And the reason why is because while I give you advice and guidance, sometimes I will dip a little politics in it, but this is really about establishing your business regardless of political climate. But political climates matter. They really do. And so because of the big, beautiful bill having been passed, things are going to change. Very specifically in the area of those that are impacted by Medicaid. And I'm going to talk about that. I think this is a nice way to ease back into what we need to understand when we're accumulating and acquiring wealth. But back to the point of today's conversation about networking. In my daily engagement, we were having a basic conversation, and the associate that I'm with is a W-2 employee. I am a full-blown entrepreneur, meaning I don't have W-2 income. All of my income is 1099. All of my income is checks and verification that way. The individuals that we were engaging with is an entrepreneur as well. I'm going to tie this all together. And so I asked them the type of business. They mentioned that they're in the business that I had really, literally just told someone that I have a couple of pennies to invest in that type of business. You see where I'm going with this? Well, hold on. And so as I'm conversing with that individual, there's two things that I did. Power of networking. First thing that I said is, listen, Google me. Listen, you better know the name Nicole B. Simpson. Google it if you haven't. If you've just been listening to the podcast and you've liked, subscribed, and shared, but you don't even know who it is giving you the information, this is the perfect time. Hit pause, Google your girl, Nicole B. Simpson. There's a couple of things that I know, two of them. I know Jesus and I know mommy. The business that this individual is in, I happen to have written a book in 2023, released it in February. It's called The Quiet Shift, Navigating Through the Emotional and Economic Impact of Aging Parents in the Family. And so the business that I'm interested in has to do with aging parents in the family. This individual, through networking and basic conversation, owns that type of business. First thing that I say to her is Google me. Second thing that I say to her is check me out, see my legitimacy, check my credentials, which I just told y'all about. You better have some credentials if you're going to tell somebody that they ought to rock with you in terms of business. And then the third thing that I told her is, I'm going to give you some advice for free. I'm going to go back to the States. I'm going to be in your neighborhood in the end of August, which, by the way, FYI, I am going to be in Atlanta, Georgia, Labor Day weekend. Catch me if you can. Check out my website, www.NicoleBSimpson.com. I told you this was testimonial. So, anyway, long story short, the type of business that she has is a business that is positioned because of the big, beautiful bill. It's positioned to prosper in 2026, 2027. This is my opinion. And one of the things that I wanted to share with her is how to ensure that she can capitalize on these opportunities that are available to her because of the changed law. What am I saying? You will not know what is advantageous or beneficial for you if you're not out in these streets networking and letting everyone know what it is that you do. And the way that you can do that, I always think word of mouth is the best way, but sometimes you've got to understand, you've got to do word of mouth, you've got to do social media. Some people do paid advertisement. That's never been my thing, but I do understand the power in it. Some of it is calling the closest people that you know and asking them to help you with the algorithm. Some of it is including paying someone that knows more than you know to ensure that you get some level of visibility. But the best way to let somebody know about who it is that you are and what it is that you do is to have a conversation while I'm sitting and relaxing. I have this conversation for an individual that I know that I can help in my business, that I know needs my help in their business, that I know if we connect together, we can make money together. That is the power of networking. And not only that, in this testimonial for this business entity, I thought about two other individuals that would benefit from what it is that this individual does. And so when you're thinking about networking, how deep is your database? Because your network is your net worth. Whom it is that you're engaged with, who it is that you know, who it is that you can make a phone call to get things done, is how consistently capable you are of earning some revenue. You've got to know people. You've got to network. You've got to be willing to tell people who it is that you are and what it is that you do if you really want to make money in 2025 and beyond. So that was something that I just thought incidentally you needed to know. You're serious about business. You're serious about making money. Look at your net worth. See you soon.
Let's get started.